A high energy panel.
This is the kind of level of excitement.
Hi, my name is Nella. I've been internet free for 5 minutes.
Also going under the name of Sarah Ellis.
Sarah Ellis.
Noon is early for us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
And Are you all Canadian, or did any of you cross the border?
Cross the border.
So we
Came from Australia.
we've got one Canadian. The rest of us are very, happy to be in your loving, beautiful country full of people that smile. Which is very novel for us because most of us live in New York. Anyway, we're
sorry.
We're just gonna chat, I guess. Q&A. So we'll just run down the line and introduce ourselves in case there's anyone that you're not familiar with. I'm Lindsay, Nostalgia Chick, and I co-run 50 Shades of Green, which is our Cthulhu thing.
Hi. I'm Todd. I'm Todd in the Shadows, and I do Todd in the Shadows.
Hi. My name's Paul. I'm also on Chez Apocalypse, amongst other things. I do music, movies, etc. And I have discovered while I've been here that I am virtually unrecognizable without my hat and headphones.
I think I'm girls fans.
My name is Elisa. I do vampire reviews on Chez Apocalypse.
Do 250 Shades of Green.
Mostly behind the scenes, but
I'm Nella.
Pretty sure that's the one Doug dropped.
We're gonna use this one and just pass it
Doug did a
on.
mic test.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was that one.
Aw, Hey Kyle, remember when you dropped that mic and the guy almost threw it out of the karaoke place? Anyway, so I'm Nella. I write and do stuff for Chez Apocalypse. I've been working on Shades of Green. That's been my major contribute stuff lately. And hi guys.
Hi, my name is Dan Roth. I also do Todd in the Shadows. I write the blogs for Chez Apocalypse, so if there's ever anything you see on the site that you really hate and made you angry, I probably wrote it.
What up, Hamilton?
I'm Todd Kallgren. I do Girls Help High. It's a show about Holocaust movies on Chez Apocalypse. I just had to do that just to shake it up a little bit. Yeah. I'm Rantasmo. I do a show called Needs More Gay, where I talk about gay stuff. That was easy for you. Yeah. Hi, I'm Phil Bunny. Most of the fight perspective. Hello, and welcome to ConBravo! And this is Sam, my suspension of disbelief.
Hello. I'm Dan Olson. I do a show called Holding Ideas. It's also a comic show, but my puppet's a little too delicate. It's
fragile.
It's fragile. It's very fragile. His ego is incredibly fragile. All of you, like handsome, beautiful people, would just crush him.
He has felt envy too.
He has felt envy as well. Holding Ideas is largely focused on narrative theory and across multiple media.
I think You have to hold it like this. I figured it out. So, since, you know, we have one thing to pimp, which is the book, but besides that, we're just gonna let it be just an open Q&A, and yeah, y'all don't need to form a line, I'll just, you know, nepotistically pick people who raise their hands. So, if you, I don't know, want to ask us questions, go ahead, and we'll do it until either we run out of questions or they kick us out. Alright, you go first.
I have a question for Todd in the Shadows. Sorry, hold it right.
Okay.
Why do you hate the Radio Dead Air audience? I'm always requesting. And also, what do you hear
Because
on,
you deserve it.
what do you have on Nash that makes you
He loves it. If you notice, Nash's whole appeal is that we enjoy watching him hurt.
He loves being angry.
Mine is also for Todd in the Shadows.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of your year-end Top of Pop. Do you plan to do any, like you've done the occasional worst of 1985, etc.? Have you ever considered doing a best of for those earlier years?
I
have.
well,
Oh.
yeah, I have. It's harder to be funny while liking things. If you'll notice, a lot of my top best lists, I fall back on comparing it to things I hate, so I can bash something, at least one thing during those things. I don't generally have any plans for it right yet because I don't know. Every time I've looked at it, like, oh, like I'll pick some year and do the best of, and there'll be oh, like, you like Billie Jean, huh? No one's ever said that before, so I'll just shelve it. Yeah.
I was wondering if there were still actually copies of that available, or if you already ran out of those so far.
Funny!
I am not a plant.
Thank you. No, we've got like, I don't know, we've got a few, which were very hastily printed, but of surprisingly good quality. For having been printed in like, a week.
They weren't cheap though, but they're pretty.
Yeah, because we basically had a rush hour.
I made them as small as I could to try to keep the cost down.
Yeah. So yeah, when we do the signing later, we'll have those if you guys want them. Yeah, yes.
In talking about a local book, I told my boyfriend you were doing like a Twilight parody Cthulhu thing, and he thought it was the most epic thing ever.
Yeah.
Our guys didn't like this book.
I like it.
I think it depends on the guy. Like, I feel like enjoyment of this might be contingent on being aware of
The joke.
the tropes.
I'm also going to say, though, I think our biggest sell for men is Uncle Neil.
Yeah.
I think dudes are going to love Uncle Neil. And also, I just want to say, I want to see if anyone actually picks up the Supernatural joke I included in there. I'm just saying. See if you can find it.
Challenge
I
accepted.
think guys, like, if you're like really like the serious type and are really super into Cthulhu and don't like blasphemy,
If you're Lovecraft.
he sparkles.
If you're Lovecraft, you're going to hate it.
There is sparkling.
When I wrote the chapter where Cthulhu is finally revealed, Lindsay read it, and she's like, he doesn't sparkle enough. He needs more sparkles. I went back and I bedazzled Cthulhu.
Oh God.
This is for Lindsay. I read recently that you had done a documentary, and I looked online to see where I could buy it, and it's nowhere. How would I get a copy of it?
You can't.
Oh.
But there are several reasons for this. One is that I don't own the copyright. The school does. Another is that I did not have the energy to actually print things and mail them anymore because I am really, really spacey. But the biggest reason, honestly, is like, it is, I think it really depends on who you are, but it is incredibly painfully difficult to pimp something that's about you. And my producers kind of floated away and came back whenever, like, hey, we're at an award show, hey, we're at the showcase. Like, then they're back like, hey, but then, you know, the actual... I couldn't consistently be the person to actually give it away. Not to mention it was technically illegal when I was doing it, so I just stopped altogether because like. But I mean, there are possibilities that it might like sell to Amazon as a documentary channel, but until that point, not now. White trick.
This is actually for Kyle.
That's a good mic.
Yes?
Is there anything that you learned from making your thesis film that you think people who are interested in learning film should know?
Know how to hire the right people. I mean, I was told by a professor, and I don't think I can put it any better, never hire anyone on a film shoot that you wouldn't go on vacation with. And I say that, but really it's knowing how to handle stress, because, especially directing it, because what I learned certainly was that I had to be so much on the ball, and I had to put a lot of pressure on myself because I had so many people that depended on me. Because, I mean, this was a paying gig for a lot of people, and I had to learn how to manage that responsibility while still staying true to your original idea. Get a producer who isn't you, who is better at organizing than you are. That's what I think.
This is also for Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Mulholland Drive, and when do you plan on doing a David Lynch film, if ever?
I love Mulholland Drive. I mean, I've only seen it like once or twice, but it's just affected me deeply. I think there are some wonderful visual ideas in it. As far as David Lynch, I've already done a research hit. Come on.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah. What more do you want? No, really, I'll do a film with like if I really have something to like say about it, and really think that I could bring something unique to the table. And David Lynch is just one of those directors that everyone's talked about, everyone's analyzed, and I'm kind of intimidated by doing it because I know he's like the go-to guy when people think of that horrible word art house. Actually, I need to do a whole video about how much I hate the term art house. Ironically.
I'd actually rather see that than a Lynch review.
Yeah, but that's another thing.
We're problematic.
Problematic.
All right.
This is for Todd. After last year, how's your car doing?
I gave it a pretty thorough tune-up. Yeah. Last year, the mechanic, this was her exact words, my radiator grenaded. I have never heard that word used as a verb before. All right, next question.
My question is for Elisa.
Lisa.
Lisa, sorry. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations on you and Todd getting married. I'm very happy for you. All versions of vampires and what is quite scary? And what do you think of other vampire myths from across the world? I mean, like, the hopping corpses from China and, the Afghan from the Philippines and stuff like that.
Well, the thing I think is most fascinating about vampires is that of all the monsters that you can think of, they're the most human, which is why I think they're the most complex, which can also make them the most frightening.
And the most sexy.
Yeah. And in a way, vampires started back in the Victorian era with Draco and such because sex was frightening and people were repressed. So even though you have really scary animalistic vampires that are almost more like zombies or werewolves and they don't know what they're doing, they're just like animals, it's the ones that can get in your head and deceive you and seduce you that I think are scarier. The ones that prey on what's human about us, yet still have that element of the alien and of the unnatural That kind of throws you for a loop.
Okay, yeah, you have a black glove.
My question also for Elisa. What kind of products do you use to get your eye makeup for your baby character?
Urban Decay is great.
I need to actually check out and answer this costume.
Find me later, I'll tell you more.
My question is for Kyle. This might be a tough one. Upstream in Color or Spring Breakers?
I mean, which one would I rather watch again?
Yeah.
Spring Breakers was funnier, but oh, that's a tough choice. Because I saw both in theaters, and I mean, I love to see Upstream Color because knowing the general arc of the film, it might help me through it better. I mean, it's one of those things where I understood what was going on, but in the same sense where I understood what was going on in the same sense that you know how your microwave works. Or like you know that you put something in, you hit a button, and then you get something out of it. Even though you don't know the exact physics of what a microwave does, and what chemical elements are being used in that. But maybe if I watched it again, I would love to watch it again just to see what kind of organism he was trying to make there. Spring Breakers is still funnier. So I refuse to answer.
This one's for Rantasmo. Have you thought of revisiting another, basically counter argument with the Rantastro character? Because your the Fight Club was fascinating with the interplay.
I think Rantastro will be back next April Fools. I'm not sure what capacity yet. I think I'm thinking of maybe actually trying actual Needs More Straight. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely
Forgive me, this is for Kyle. Forgive me, it's been a while since I've watched it, and I also have a bad habit of pronouncing things wrong. But in the Melancholia, is that the word called?
Yes.
The Melancholia episode, near the ending when you start talking about, I think it was like depression and things like that. Was that from a personal place, or is it just more to make the review rounded?
Really, it largely was. I mean, I've had a long love-hate relationship with Lars von Trier. Because he is so cynical and he's so misanthropic, but then again, so am I. Or at least I see myself as that. Or I fear that I am that. And he goes to places that I'm normally afraid to go, and I respect him for that. And the way depression was portrayed in that particular movie spoke to me and my own history with it. And I've had a long history with it. And I guess I want to basically cut the crap for one episode, for 1 hour, and actually try and speak to it from a personal place when talking about this movie. So yes, it was. Yeah, it was.
Who's got a kitty question?
It's a question for all of you. Is there a piece of Canadian content in your own respective areas of specialty that you wanted to review?
Guy Madden is awesome. I'd love to do, I've had my eye on like saddest music in the world, which is actually a lot of fun. For a while, I just haven't gotten around to it. And that's right.
I don't know if anyone saw my Canada video. It's not my best video just because it's lit really. I just filmed at the bottom of a well or something. It does not look very good. But I do have a weakness for being Erica. I don't know if I'd ever cover it in more detail than I did, but I like it a lot. Yeah. Pick up the mic, idiot.
I did Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, happy to find out that was before The Office, which is pretty cool. That you guys, the footage, the fake mockumentary show was kind of invented there, so I like that. Trailer Park Boys, get it, love it.
Funny you should mention that. I'm actually working on right now about The Fast Runner, the Inuit film, like that whole series, and the idea of using cinema and television to preserve oral histories.
Only time you can hear me is the mic.
I was actually just thinking about asking about Kyle. About that.
I definitely would like to pick up more Canadian beer to do more. You know that South Park joke about Russell Crowe fighting around the world? No, Anonella and Inserra drinking around the world.
It's like, because we were, I feel like we were talking about this, about like shows that were like on Nick Jr. that were actually made in Canada, like all the way up, huh?
Like Porky.
Yeah, but I can't, I was like, I don't actually know which ones they are. Yeah, and I was like, well, you know, like for the nostalgic thing, I was like, well, there is definitely like that vast unmined field of like children's television, but I don't know which is.
I think there's something to be written about the change in children's television, because certainly Canadian, you can't do that on television, is what I watched growing up. And what a monster, what kind of show was that? I think it was. But I think what's so compelling about that show is that it's terrible to children. Like, they're just punished. That's the whole point of the show. They're not supposed to go to school. They come there, they do their work there, and when they do bad, they either have slime put on them or they're flogged. It's just awful. We don't have television like that anymore. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think children need to be punished on television.
I'm sure there's a billion Canadian bands out there that I should probably explore more. One thing I've been kicking around is doing a one-hit wonderland on like April Fool's Day for Nickelback. One song that they have, How You Remind Me of Someday Rockstar Photograph or whatever. That's something I've been kicking around. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't.
What are some Canadian vampires?
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, that was one of the
Forever
Night.
Forever Night. Don't do that to me.
Sun Snaps is great too.
I thought you wanted me to make Canada look good.
Actually, they were mentioning about talking about like kids TV programming, Nick Jr. and all that kind of stuff. I've actually been working on the last couple of weeks trying to figure out how to do a show dedicated to nothing but like kids show like theme songs and like commercial jingles from like back in like the 80s and 90s when TV was good and music mattered. So, but because I was also a big junkie, I grew up on You Can't Do This on television and various other, like was Belle and Sebastian, was that French or was that French Canadian or something? That counts. Today's Special? Was that? I can't believe anybody else remembers that fucking show.
That has to be Canadian.
If you take he becomes a mannequin. If you take his hat, put his hat on, he turns into a bumbling idiot. Yeah.
I remember that show.
Yeah, and there was like that little janitor dude who was also a puppet who was always crotchety and it's he was a security guard is what he was. That's what I said, Sean. God damn it. Alright, let's see. Who's next? You on the back of the shades?
This is one for everyone. There's all sorts of unofficial laws of the universe, like Sturgeon's Law, Godwin's Law, Rule 34, etc. Which one is each of your favorites?
I always stick to the teapot myself.
I would have said sturgeon just because that is the way it is, but it's becoming pose because of this. And just so we're clear, pose law is that in some cases it is impossible to tell whether any form of extremism is a parody or sincere.
No.
I have to go with pose as well. It's a good one.
I don't know if it's official. Is Will Wheaton's law officially don't be a dick?
Yeah.
I like that one. I mean, I don't like to follow it, but all of you should. Did Mara have a law? Mara Wilson's law?
I can't remember what it is.
Well,
Don't fuck with Mara Wilson.
Don't be a dick.
Get recognized
I don't know. Someone else go first. Pass! I don't know.
Hang on, Wilson's Law. Give me that one. Give me the Okay, Wilson's Law is that if you were a minor celebrity, you only get recognized if they feel like shit. That was Wilson's Law.
For me, I just have to say Poe's Law because it's essentially the ruling law of media today. Pose.
And then I guess I'll go with Gothman's Law because I just did a video about Nazis.
I don't.
Next.
This is for Todd and Shadows. With all the foreign Canadian artists that are
Speak up,
starring
please.
with Bieber and such, are there any Canadian ones, any Canadian artists that you really enjoy?
Okay, let me see. Okay, do I like Celine Dion? No. Do I like Bryan Adams? No. Do I like Nickelback? No. Do I like Rush? I like Rush. Yes, I like Rush. I like Neil Young. I like Johnny Mitchell. I guess Carly Rae's okay. I was a huge Bare Naked Ladies fan in the 90s, right? Yeah, I hear they're still on tour, but without their lead singer. Their secondary lead singer does everything now. That's weird to me. I don't get it.
Put on a new album this year.
Oh, but their main guy left.
They're naked.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because of crack addiction.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got arrested for cocaine.
Okay,
She looks more like me than I do. My fiance
wait, your
is
tattoo is
Oh, you said that your tattoo is starting to do a Sharpie.
Okay, I have two things. First is for Rantasmo. I'd just like to say to you, at my high school we have a gay-straight alliance, and at our weekly meetings we started playing a lot of your videos. You're like a staple of our gay-straight alliance now. And is that kind of what you had in mind when you started the show?
I can't say it is, but it's really cool that that's happening. I mean, I guess I've kind of gone with the outlook of like more like education as opposed to just entertainment. Has always been kind of my mantra. But I can't say that I was ever. I didn't expect that. So that's really cool.
That's all.
One more. It's just a request. Can I get a picture with you, Pa, afterward?
You can get a picture with me now. Sorry.
You forgot your costume.
I wanted to go back. I was like, no.
To rub it in completely. Thank you so
Following is the
much.
most horrible thing imaginable.
No, the wrong arm.
The scar isn't on the wrong side of the face. Wait, you're blocking his face.
I feel like I'm like fighting sticks.
Try again.
Fight each other.
There we go. That's
Can't wait for the fit. This one's for Todd.
Okay.
Is there a best, if you have one, what is your favorite music, favorite band, musician, whatever, and worst?
Oh, jeez. This is a
softball question.
Yeah.
I don't see this as a softball question. This is the hardest question in the world to answer. For a while, my favorite band was Ben Folds 5, and it was the Electric Six for a while too. Favorite, like the worst, just out of sheer volume, maybe Nickelback. But no, just out of sheer volume, Chicago. I just really can't stand that band. I think Chicago has a good period when they started. No, I guess it's Nickelback then. I guess. No. It's not Nickelback. It is a wannabe Nickelback called Hinder. Are they Canadian? They sound Canadian. No offense.
You're gonna lose all the Hinder fans.
What a hindrance.
Get a rope. This one's for Kyle and Lindsay. I really enjoyed the Man Who Fell to Earth and the Les Mis episode, the usual ones. Are there any plans for any more or similar kind of things at all?
Well, we've been working on one for Phantom, and because originally it was going to be one episode, and then it got extended into 4. that would be the Lon Chaney version, the musical, the movie musical, and there was another one. Oh yeah, I want to think we're doing one on the book too. I don't know, they're in my Google Docs. So eventually, yes, we're going to do one for Phantom, or 4 rather.
I would actually love to do another musical episode for my own show. I don't have any planned, like in the short run at the moment. When I do them, I'm definitely going to get Ben to sing this time. Ben's a very good singer. Ben, my trumpet artist, is right there. For a while, I was thinking about doing a musical episode on Kenneth Branagh's adaptation of The Magic Flute by Mozart, but it's tough to do lyrics for that. As goofy as that movie is. I've also planned on doing something involving Beauty and the Beast, the Jean Cocteau version of Beauty and the Beast, with the Disney music. But that's going to be complicated, extremely complicated. Like, I might not actually have the funds to pull it off. But we'll see what happens. In front.
Question for Dan. I really liked your episode about satire, and that sort of thing, how it's not effective in the Simpsons episode. What's one thing that you would at least have in the movie that usually gets misunderstood by the general population?
Can you repeat that again?
Just movies that get misinterpreted.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move it so that we don't get feedback from that monitor over there. Movies that get completely misunderstood by their audience. There's a lot, and now I'm just blanking out of absolutely all of them. Fight Club in a lot of ways.
What? Ender's Game.
Yeah. Starship Troopers. No, Starship Troopers not so much because Paul Verhoeven is legitimately just that kind of a guy. So like the book, yes, but the movie, no. What was that?
No.
No.
I don't know.
They definitely existed.
I'm gonna have to think on that one because my mind has gone completely blank.
We'll see by the end of the panel.
By the
All right, you do it. Yes.
S.
You, yes.
My question for Nella. I was wondering, could I actually hug you if that's possible?
Of course.
Why don't you get questions like that?
Nella and I'm cuddling. Yeah, in the back.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
who was the worst leaders around cast member? Russell Crowe or Nick Jonas?
Russell Crowe. The Nick Jonas wasn't that bad. Like he wasn't the. I mean, bless his heart. Marius is kind of a hard because he's so boring. Like he's just, the guy who is a guy and likes the girl, and and Nick Jonas is not a very strong. I mean, he was fine. Russell Crowe is just a disaster.
Side note, does everyone else agree with me? Russell Crowe's singing voice, Alien from Galaxy Quest.
question is for, I want to know if you had any intentions for Byzantium.
I just did a video on Byzantium. It was kind of an informal review, more like a vlog, but yeah, it was just recent. You may have not seen it yet.
Oh, I have.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean like a full?
She wants more.
What did you think of it? That's one.
You guy. Yeah.
My question is for Todd. Being a fellow musician, I have to ask, why is it that most mainstream pop songs are able to get away with such deplorable writing, song composition, and lyrics, especially Taylor Swift?
Yes.
And also, one more question adding on to that is, why is it that a lot of these bands, such as Taylor Swift, Carly Rae Jepsen, Justin Bieber, why is it that they manage to have this giant audience where as small undercover bands like, I don't know, say Canadian Sloan, or Our Lady Peace, or something smaller, or Trouble Church?
I have a question. What do the three people you named have in common?
They're pretty.
They're all teenagers.
Yes.
There's your answer.
Well, furthermore, I'm not sure about the other two, but the appeal to Taylor Swift is very obvious to me. I honestly have a pretty strong level of respect for her, if not actually liking a lot of her stuff. Just, I can see why this connects to a lot of people. And I'm not a huge Our Lady Peace fan.
I tried.
Yeah.
They died after Spiritual Machines, tragic bus accident.
Mike Turner left after that.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. People are weird.
I know the answer.
No count for taste. Who knows?
Dan's got the answer.
What?
Dan has the
Dan's
answer.
the man with the answer.
Our one microphone.
So this might be a bit more than you were expecting. One of the big reasons is that mainstream radio appeals almost exclusively to female demographics in their teens, early 20s, and their 40s. People who spend, women who spend a lot of time in their cars, but not long stretches in their cars. So they listen to the radio in very short bursts. These people, nothing against them, but they're not music fans in the way that a Sloan fan is. And so the music that the people choose to put on the radio is geared at that demographic because that's who advertisers are trying to get as well.
Yeah, so call me maybe.
Oh, and I figured out the answer to the other one. I would actually say The Fountain, purely because it's not about time travel, but everyone seems to think it is.
You're a diverse group of people doing a variety of different things, but you're all called Chez. Is there an underlying philosophy that binds you together?
I think so.
I'd say what Rantasmo said. It's like the edutainment. We are, making sort of more critical academic ideas accessible by way of funny. So I think that's our main thing, and also obviously, ever since we started the 50 Shades project, it's also we've been sort of toying with the idea of building like a more inclusive community that is since this book was effectively crowdsourced and it was pretty successful, people really liked the participatory aspect. So we're looking to build some stuff in that vein as well. And we're also all ladies.
Yeah.
Or were at some point. All right. You.
Okay. This is for all of them, but it's probably going to be something that Kyle, this is more towards Kyle. Being that Canada has a very heavy influence, the Canadian government has, in our grants programs, create a lot of independent films. I wouldn't say art house, but independent films. And being that most of you are Americans, what are your thoughts on the Canadian independent film scene and our government's involvement in it?
If I can start. Someone asked me this at the last question too. Canadian films have this kind of reputation as being kind of dull, smug, and talky. And I went through a short period where I was like, I want to know what these Canadian films are like. And They're kind of dull and smug and talky.
Dull, smug, and talky, but you know, it depends on what they're talking about. Always. I actually don't know much about the Canadian film scene. I mean, aside from like the basics, I know Cronenberg, Adam Yogan, and Guy Madden, Due South, I don't know.
Stuff like the lady, he looks like Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah! Oh my
Just
god!
like Lucy Lawless.
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. Anyway, Cronenberg. I'm really not like a guy to ask that. I mean, I don't know. There's certain national cinemas that I haven't delved into. I guess like the reason I do the show is to get myself to start delving into that more independently. I think the only Canadian film I've done is Guy Madden's Twilight of the Ice Nymphs about ostriches or something. And even he's such an outlier from the regular Canadian culture, it's tough to say that I have a bead on what the Canadian independent scene is. By all means, send me emails and comments about Canadian films to watch.
So I think we'll damn it. Okay. We only have like about 10 minutes, so we'll get in like another few more. Cute Hulu.
Can you look forward to any new crossovers coming up soon?
Between us or between other?
Yeah, maybe Channel Olson.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So Dan and I are working on a new
I would
basic
love to.
series.
Is it? Should we jump?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned...
Yeah, we've been sitting on this for a while.
Yeah, but now we actually might have an opportunity to do it. So we were finally going to do Dancer in the Dark. At long last.
We hope you enjoyed being happy, because that's not going to last.
Dan and I are working on so one night we were talking about the character of Michaela Baines on Twitter for the first Transformers movie, and we started making this Google Doc. Before we knew it, was 9,000 words long, and and I show up the next day, and the computer's there, and she's like, "Look at the Google Doc." And I was like, "We have so much to say about Michael Bay and Transformers. Let's just start a new series where we just talk about Transformers and how it changed the world." So Dan and I are working on that.
Transform the world.
Transform the world.
I don't have anything planned per se, but there's been a few things we've been kicking around for a while. I keep meaning to make Kyle there watch something called Masked and Anonymous, which is this horrible self-indulgent piece of crap Bob Dylan made in 2003 with the...
I'm getting to it.
Yeah. And me and Paul have been trying to work out something for the longest time.
We just got to find the right movie. It's like,
Yeah.
Do we suffer through like a High School Musical movie, or do we do something good?
I think, yeah, we kicked around doing the Who movie, Tommy, but like, I'm not sure what there is to say about it, but
Paul and I might do the Scooby-Doo movie, Music of the Vampire.
Oh wait, no, we were also going to do, since I'm doing the shorties, we were also going to do the Buffy musical episode.
I still have to stop for a bit, but I might be doing a crossover with Diamond Hagen.
The body.
Yeah, take care.
It's for Todd. Two things. One, is there a popular song that just completely baffles you why it was popular in the first place? And the second thing, can I have a hug?
Second thing, what?
Can I have a hug?
Oh, sure. I give you permission.
I'm trying to think, like, what has most baffled me as to why anyone would like it. The first three that come to mind, the first one is called Breakup. It's one of my first reviews, Breakup by Mario, and it is still, to this day, the worst song I've ever reviewed. And I remember once we were at a bar in New York, they played it twice, and you were like, what is that? The second one I also did a review of is Bedrock by Young Money. I have no idea why anyone could possibly listen to that. The third is one I might do a review of, I might not. It's popular right now, Come and Get It by Selena Gomez. I just cannot stand it at least a little bit. I don't think there's anything there to do a review of. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad.
Yes, my question's for everybody. What's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
Actually, no. I've been really into like porters, like stouts, dark beer lately. Particularly, it's one called Goose Island Bourbon County Stout, and you can only buy it in Chicago.
Bottom shelf plastic bottle of vodka. You drink it and it gets you drunk.
I'm a big hard cider fan, but I also like a good port wine.
Just pretend it's red wine. I'm a huge fan of like chocolate stouts because it's like getting drunk off a Hershey bar.
My favorite is there's an Angry Orchard elderflower cider.
Yes!
It's so good. Elderflowers.
Hydrogen peroxide. Or there's I think it's like Left Hand something milk stout.
Oh, yeah, the left-hand nitro.
That is pretty slick. I like that one. But mostly the hydrogen peroxide.
Lighter fluid.
I had that for,
I actually don't drink, so also lighter fluids.
yes.
Marijuana.
Antifreeze? No, I also don't drink, but I'm a big fan of like specialty ginger ales.
Sorry, we're told that we gotta clear out now, so thank you guys very much for coming. If you wanna like hang out, we're going to have this signing. I mean, it's supposed to start at 1:30, but I think it can start, like, I don't know, as soon as we get settled.